know what I mean? You can put a label on a life, put a label on a lifestyle, you know? Put a label on how you wake up every morning and go to bed at night.
So coming back a little bit on dietary stuff, we're talking about blood sugar today. A lot of dietary programs are based off of blood sugar, keeping blood sugar level and all these sorts of things, and people are like, oh, hormones, insulin, and glucagon, and everything like that. The common idea is that you got your blood sugar and it goes up and down and everything, but if you have something that's really high glycemic or processed carbs or whatever, you know, your blood sugar spikes, insulin comes in, you know, shuttles all the sugar out of the blood and supposedly into fat cells, but also can go into liver and muscle cells and everything like that, and you have this crash, and because it crashes, your blood sugar is low, and then you're hungry again, and you eat more, and it's just this dangerous cycle. I'm not denying that this can happen, and it happens to some people, but what I'm questioning is, why is it happening? This shouldn't necessarily be the case. First off, it's worth noting, your blood sugar is going to fluctuate. It's supposed to fluctuate. It's going to fluctuate. You can't prevent it from fluctuating to some degree. It's kind of like making your body hot and cold. There are times you're going to be cold. There are times you're going to be really hot, especially if you're living out here in Colorado. It's normal, it's okay, and it's healthy to, you know, you're cold, you're shivering, oh my goodness, what's wrong with you? Nothing's wrong with you, you're cold. You know, it's good to be able to withstand cold temperatures. Train your body to be tough enough to withstand them. At the same time as you're hot, you're sweating, oh my gosh. Trying to maintain a blood sugar that just is like this all the time is kind of like saying I'm trying to keep my body exactly 75 degrees all the time. It's really, really hard to do, and is it really healthy? Because as soon as you get, you know, outside for like, you know, caught in the rain once, your body's not strong enough to handle that, or in the heat. But anyway, the thing I'm wondering is, why is there such a sharp increase and such a sharp crash? The point of hormones is to keep things kind of doing this all the time. So if you have an increase, why are we crashing? Why can't we just do this sort of thing? Here's my theory on the whole thing, is that for the most part, we're still out of shape from a physical perspective. We're crashing our blood sugar because our bodies are not conditioned to be able to regulate this sort of thing from happening. You know, glucagon and fat storage and insulin release and stuff. If we were crashing and we've got too much coming in, why do we have too much coming in? We could make the argument of, well, you're eating a bag full of gummy bears, like it's a natural food and so forth. Okay, fair enough, but why do we think this is still going to happen when we eat a pizza? You know, when there's a fat and protein involved in it and it's still going to be slow going through the system, why do we still think this crash is going to happen? You know, at the same time, when we have exercise, okay, exercise, release glucagon and all this sorts of stuff, so fatty acids are coming out of the fat cells, regulating our blood sugar, why are we crashing and not able to come back to here, and we think that we're starving to death? Why isn't the glucagon turning on hard enough so that it brings us back up and we don't feel like we have to eat a bread truck? Something is off. Something is not right. And it's not just the fact that we're eating sugar. Our hormones, if this is really going on, our hormones are not working quite right, and it's not just diet is the argument I'm trying to make. Something is not quite making sense, and if we're trying to solve it just with diet, and you know, take sugar out of the system, or carbohydrate out of the diet, and think that's going to solve it, I think that's kind of short-sighted. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. Give me your thoughts down below. Until then, be fit, live free.